I think the day I work out how to properly, with good technique, overhead squat is the day I'm going to start really improving on my squat, because I think what overhead squat challenges me with is everything that I'm not good at. It is completely, utterly unforgiving in terms of positioning and in terms of verticality. If you think the front squat is something that kind of resembles that type of movement, the overhead squat is even more unforgiving. I've analyzed, I've looked at, I've paid attention from every single angle I could possibly record myself when it comes to the front squat. And, there is a forward lean degree to it. I can fight, with the overhead squat, that degree of leaning gets reduced by a lot. I've seen people overhead squat with the bar like really, really being yanked behind. And even though you can do that, I don't see myself having that mobility ever. Simply because if you're going to progress with bench press, you're always going to be limited somewhat with your overhead work, or with your mobility of the shoulders. Those two things. I don't know if there's people out there that have really, really impressive bench presses and really, really impressive mobility in the shoulder, where they can freaking, lean in their overhead squat with their hands completely behind them. I guess it's possible, but at that point, you're really kind of, putting yourself in positions that could potentially hurt you quite easily. So it is extremely humbling for me to be working with 40 kilos on the overhead squat, even though I can't even do that. I probably should be doing just the bar. In fact, I was doing, I've got a stick on the side there that I was kind of spent 10 or 15 minutes, mobilizing, doing, what you guys call shoulder dislocates, and trying to overhead squat with that. I just feel like when I have a bit of weight over me, it provides that feedback, and I can sort of counterbalance my positioning. I feel like having just a broomstick or just a stick over your head with no weight it's even harder. So to make my warm-ups a little bit easier, I've kind of opted out to put a little bit of weight on the bar, so I can kind of feel things, feel which muscles are firing, feel the position. And in order for you to keep that bar overhead, you can't do whatever you want to do with the lower body. So it's kind of like a whole body. Really, it's an assessment tool if you think about it. You can't, willy-nilly just muscle your way through this. It is very much a stabilization, activation, movement, which calls maybe muscles that you don't really use very regularly. But today I spent quite a bit of time with it. And once I finished I ended up doing 7 sets of 5 with 40 kilos. So, do a power snatch and then try and kind of control the squat portion. I did 7 sets of 5, and by the end of that, I was ready to go to bed, basically. It's freaking exhausted. I don't know if it's a night shift from yesterday that's really kind of taxing me, but for some reason, I'm recovering very, very poorly after this night, for whatever reason. So feeling weak now a few days in a row. I don't know whether the central nervous system is being fried from these overhead squats as well. Like I always say, it's very, very hard to kind of work out which variable is really driving the effect which you are seeing. Could be a number of things, but I'll see how I go. But interestingly enough, as well, I mean, that's maybe another little symptom. I've hardly eaten in the last day. Hardly eaten. I don't know what's going on. I feel well. I don't have any infections, respiratory trouble. I feel quite well. I've been off my food for the last day and a half, which is probably one of the other reasons why I'm feeling so damn weak last few days. I feel like I've lost a few kilos. And it's really, really hot as well here in Australia at the moment, sweating it out as well. But anyway, all these things kind of rolled into one has produced me feeling rather weak. So let's see how the next few days kind of go. But right now, the plan is to do overhead squats every other day, and try and kind of play with it, explore those positions. I'm already kind of feeling a little bit better posture just walking around the damn house. You're walking around the place. I just feel a little bit more positioned because it's such a fight to keep that position overhead. So I'm enjoying it, but I'm really in a bit of a lull at the moment. Really kind of tired for whatever reason. So I'll assess the next few days and see how it goes. Hopefully I'll bounce back. All right, guys, that is all I got for you. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.